Hello, in today's video we will see how to crochet the diamond granny square. This square is part of my rainbow granny blanket curl crochet along, which I will link in the description so that you can see all the details and join. So for my blanket I used a diamond granny square made of 10 rounds. While for this tutorial, we will just see the first 4 rounds. So this tutorial is really just to show you how the pattern works and how to switch between one color and the other to grow your square larger than just the first 4 rounds. Please check the link in my bio and I will link to the written pattern which is on my blog. For this tutorial, we'll be using Aran Weight acrylic yarn, these two colors. So one is the Paintbox Simply Aran and the other one is Stylecraft Special Aran. And I'll be using a 5.5 millimeter hook. So the first 2 rounds of diamond granny square are essentially the same as a regular granny square, except that they're worked into different colors. And the second round is closed with the initial color. So let's go over it real quick. I usually start with a magic circle. And once I have my magic circle ready, I chain 4. Then I go into the magic circle and make 3 double crochets. Chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets again, finally let's chain 2 and double crochet 2 to complete the last side. Now at this point let's pull the tail of the magic circle tight and let's make a slip stitch in the 3rd made chain to join the round. So now, at this point I like to cut the yarn and weave in my ends before I start the next round. To start the second round I'm gonna take my new color, which is this light blue, and I'm going to join it in any one of the chain 2 corner spaces with a chain 4. Then we work the first corner with 3 double crochets, and then we chain 1 for the side and work a corner in the next chain 2 space by making 3 double crochets, 2 chains and 3 more double crochets, all in that same chain 2 space. Then again we chain 1, we work another corner in the next chain 2 space, so it's always 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. Again we chain 1 for the side and work this next corner in the chain 2 space that we have here. Now we chain 1 again and we go into the initial corner where we joined to complete this corner with 2 double crochets. However, before we complete the second double crochet, we switch back to the initial color, which is this pink for me. So I take the pink yarn, place it behind my work, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops of my hook. Now at this point I can join the round with a slip stitch in the 3rd of these 4 chains that we made at the beginning. And my round 2 is complete. At this point, to continue to the next round, we don't cut any of these 2 yarns because we will be carrying both of them and switching between one and the other depending on the pattern. Alright, when you're ready to start the 3rd round, what we do is to first get into the corner, so we move our hook into the corner by making a slip stitch. in there, and now we can actually start. So to start, we do as usual a chain 4. Now make sure to crochet all your stitches over this blue yarn, which is on the back of your work. Okay, so you just pull it up a bit and make sure to crochet over it. So you go into the corner, the blue yarn is over your hook, and then you complete the double crochet. So you yarn over with the pink, pull up a loop, and make a double crochet. Alright, so you see that here we see the loop a bit. Well, that will go once we complete the corner at the end of the round, and we will see how. And now we work 2 more double crochets in pink here in the same corner, but for the second double crochet we're going to close the stitch with the blue yarn, so we're going to switch color. So instead of finishing with the last yarn over pull through 2, we're going to drop the pink yarn, pick up the blue at the back of your work, yarn over with the blue, and pull up a loop. So now chain 1 before crocheting the next group of 3 double crochets. Keep this pink yarn here at the back of your work, not too tight and not too loose. Yarn over, go into the next chain 1 space and crochet 3 double crochets. So however, also this time what we will have to do is to close the last stitch with the pink yarn, so we have to switch color again. So we're going to stop the 3rd double crochet here, drop the blue yarn, pick up the pink, and complete the stitch with the pink yarn. So we yarn over and pull through to the last 2 loops. Then we chain 1 and we go into the next corner. So basically for this round, what we need to do is to crochet all the corners in pink and all the sides of the granny square with the blue yarn. So now always make sure to crochet over the non-working yarn. In this case is the blue one. Go into the next corner and double crochet 3, chain 2, and double crochet 3 more, this time closing the last stitch with blue. So we stop here, we drop the pink, and we pick up the blue, chain 1, crochet the next side, so carry the pink yarn inside your stitches here at the back of your work, and crochet 3 double crochets in the next chain 1 space. Again, close the last stitch using the pink yarn, so we drop the blue and we switch to the pink yarn. Chain 1, crochet the corner, always over the blue yarn. At the end of the corner, so here at the end of this last stitch, we switch again to the blue yarn. Chain 1, crochet the side, in the next chain 1 space we double crochet 3, closing the last stitch with pink. So here we drop the blue and continue with the pink yarn. Chain 1, and again work a corner, close the last stitch with blue, crochet this next side in the chain 1 space, close the last stitch at the side with the pink yarn. Here I picked up the tail, sorry. Chain 1, and always carrying the blue yarn inside your stitches, go into the initial corner and double crochet the 2 stitches that we still have to make to complete this first half of the corner. Here at the beginning also make sure to pick up, you see, this little tail that we have here, this little loop that we have in blue that is visible, so that you hide it very well. As we did for the previous round, also this stitch is going to be closed with the contrasting color, so with the blue yarn. And we slip stitch in the third chain to join. Alright, and this was our third round. Now for the fourth round, the principle is the same. So basically we're going to switch back and forth between pink and blue, so between our two colors. And for round 4, the corners are all going to be worked with the blue yarn, and the sides all with the pink yarn. So this time we're going to introduce one option, which is an option to hide these loops that are hanging here at the back of the work. So because if you notice here, we have these little loops that come from switching colors, right, and from carrying them. So I will show you like what I do sometimes to hide them. So we're gonna start the fourth round with a slip stitch into the first corner and a chain 4 as usual. 3 and 4. Now make sure to crochet over this other yarn, this other strand of yarn, and we start working the corner. We need to make 3 double crochets with the first color, so this blue, closing the last stitch with pink. Alright, then we chain 1, and now on the side we said we're going to crochet both groups of 3 double crochets with the pink yarn. So we place the blue yarn to the back of the work, a bit loose, not too tight, and so now we would go into this chain 1 space and crochet our 3 double crochets. However, I told you that to make this loop less loopy there at the back, I'm going to pull it up and include it inside of my stitches here. So it's not loose there at the end of the work. Then we chain 1, we go into the next chain 1 space. Also here I'm gonna pick that loop that is there behind my work and include it inside of the stitches. And I'm going to crochet 3 stitches, closing the last one with blue. Now we chain 1 and we crochet the corner in blue. At the last stitch of this corner, we're going to switch back to pink. So we yarn over and pull through 2 with the pink yarn. We chain 1 and we go on with the next side. Again, you see this loop in pink that is visible here? I'm just gonna pick it up and include it in my stitches. Of course, to do this, it's always useful to carry your yarn on the back a bit loosely. Otherwise, if it's too tight on the back, of course you're going to distort your work. But I told you this is just an option. You can totally just leave the loops there, or another option is to cut your yarn every time you have to make a color change, but that's really a lot of ends to weave in at the end. And you continue like this, so basically making the corners in blue and the sides in pink until the end. I will meet you at the initial corner. When you get to the end of the last side, switch again to the blue yarn, chain 1. If you're going to end your diamond granny square here at the 4th round, you don't need to carry this pink yarn anymore. Otherwise, keep carrying it inside your stitches. Go into the initial corner space and double crochet 2. Now slip stitch in the third made chain here at the beginning, fasten off, and you can weave in your ends. And here it is, your diamond granny square is ready. I hope that you enjoyed this video tutorial. If you did, of course, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!